Welcome to VK Jain Sarki MEP classes once again. In this current series, we shall be discussing provisions to be made for firefighting in substations, lifts and basement. Friends, we will discuss the firefighting provisions to be made in substation, especially in fire transformer rooms. Areas in the substation shall not be used as storage or dump areas or for other utility purposes other than those required for functioning of a substation. The substation areas should be adequately ventilated, that is the first requirement, and independent ventilated or air conditioned medium voltage panel rooms shall be provided on the ground level or first basement. This room shall be provided with access from outside or through exit passageway accessible from outside. The medium voltage panel room shall be provided with fire resistant walls and doors of fire resistance of not less than 120 minutes. The medium voltage means normally people tell it as LT panel. The voltage not exceeding 660 volt. Friends, we use the dry type of transformer or oil filled type of transformer substation. A substation or switch station with oil filled equipment, mostly transformer, shall be limited to be installed in utility building or in outdoor location. That means almost prohibited. Such substation oblique utility building shall be at least 7 meters away from the adjoining buildings. Substation equipment exceeding oil capacity of 2000 liter in utility building shall have fire rated waffle walls of 240 minutes rating. That means 4 hours. Constructed between such equipment raised to at least 600 mm above the height of the equipment, including the height of oil conservator in case of transformers, and exceeding 300 mm on each side of the equipment. Friends, in case of dry type substation, transformers located inside a building shall be of dry type and all substation oblique switch room, wall, ceiling, floor opening, including door shall have a fire resistance rating of 120 minutes, that means 2 hours. Access to substation shall be provided from the nearest fire exit staircase for the purpose of electrical isolation. In case of standby supply, that means diesel generator rooms, shall not be installed at any floor other than ground or first basement. If the same are installed indoors, proper ventilation and exhaust shall be planned. The DG set room shall be separated by 120 minute fire resistance rated walls and doors. Friends, we are discussing firefighting provisions to be made in substations. The power supply to the panel or distribution board of these fire and life safety systems shall be through fireproof enclosure of or circuit integrity cables or through alternate route in the adjoining fire compartments to ensure supply of power is reliable to these systems and equipment. It shall be ensured that the cabling from the adjoining fire compartment is protected within the compartment of the vulnerability. The location of the panel or distribution board feeding the fire and life safety system shall be in fire safe zone, ensuring supply to the power to this system. Cables for fire alarm and public address systems shall be laid in metal conduits or armored to provide physical segregation from the power cables. Friends, the emergency power supply for fire and life safety system, that means diesel generating room, emergency power supply distribution system for critical requirement for functioning of fire and life safety system and equipment shall be planned for efficient and reliable power and control supply to the following systems. That means the following system must be on emergency alternate power supply. The 1. Fire pumps. 2. Pressurization and smoke venting, including its ancillary systems such as dampers and actuators. 3. Fireman lift, including all lift. Exit signage lighting, emergency lighting, then fire alarm system, the public address system relating to emergency voice evacuation and annunciation system, magnetic door hold open devices, lighting in the fire command center and security room. Now we are discussing firefighting provision to be made in air handling unit. These are the quotations from National Building Code. From fire safety point of view, separate air handling unit for each floor shall be provided so as to avoid fire hazards arising from spread of fire and smoke through the air conditioning ducts. The air ducts shall be separate from each AHU to its floor and in no way shall interconnect with the duct of any other floor. Within a floor, it would be desirable to have separate air handling unit provided for each compartment. Air handling unit shall be provided with effective means for preventing circulation of smoke through the system in the case of a fire in air filters or from other sources drawn into the system and shall have smoke sensitive devices for actuation in accordance with the accepted standard given in uh, BIS. Friends, this is about passing of shaft or duct if penetrating multiple floors shall be of masonry construction with the fire damper in connecting ductwork or shall have fire rated ductwork with fire dampers at floor crossing. Alternatively, the duct and equipment may be installed in room having walls, doors and fire damper in duct exit, exiting or entering the room of 120 minimum fire resistance rating. Such shaft and duct shall have all passive fire control meeting 120 minutes fire resistance rating requirement to meet the objective of isolation of floor from spread of fire to upper and lower floors through self-duct work. Friends, in case of building of height 15 meter and above, following requirements over and above those specified uh, in fire and life safety of the code are applicable to all lift provided in the buildings having height more than 15 meters. All material of construction in load-bearing elements of the stairways, corridor and facade shall be non-combustible. Next, the interior finishing material shall be of very low flame spread type. Third, wall of the lift bank bell enclosure for a lift or a group of lifts shall have a fire rating of 120 minutes. The lift well shall have a vent at the top of area not less than zero point 0.2 square meter per lift. This is continued in next slide. Fireman lift. We'll be discussing now fireman lift. The fireman lift is provided in a building for the purpose of aiding firefighters in evacuating trapped person in the building and to take the equipment for fighting fire to upper level with minimum delay. Some lifts out of all the lifts shall be identified as fireman's lift. The number of required fireman's lift and their location in a building will vary depending upon size, design, and complexity of the building. National Building Code 2005 and 16 recommended at least one lift per 1200 square meter. Some considerations are as follows. 1. There shall be at least one fireman lift per building. Second, if there are multiple wings in the building, there shall be at least one fireman lift per wing. This will be further continued. Friends, we are talking of the fireman lift. The third, if there are multiple bank of lift in the building, there shall be at least one fireman lift per bank of the lift. Fourth provision, if the building height is up to 600 mm, 600 meter, not mm, sorry, and it is zoned height wise and it does not have single fireman lift serving every floor of the building, then there shall be at least one fireman's lift per zone which shall serve the main level, fire access level, and shall serve all the building in the respective zone. We are talking of a very high skyscraper type of building in which floors each 30 each group of 30 floors is provided a service equipment area. Fifth, if the building height is more than 600 meter and it does not have any single fireman lift serving all the floor, that is, it has all lifts serving only respective zones, the fireman's lift shall be provided in each zone separately, serving all buildings in respective zones with a transfer landing or transferring from one zone to another. This is to be continued further. Friends, the fireman's lift may be used by the occupants in normal times. The fireman's lift shall be provided with a fireman's switch. The switch shall be a two-position on or off switch fixed at the evacuation floor level, normally main entrance floor, for enabling the lift to be put into fireman's mode. The switch shall be situated in a glass-fronted box with suitable level and fixed adjacent to the lift at the entrance level. When the switch is on, landing call points shall become inoperative on all the floors, and the lift shall be on car control only or on a priority control device. When the switch is off, the lift will return to normal working. The fireman lift shall be provided with an audio visual signal in the car. To be continued. The fireman lift car shall have a floor area of minimum 1.43 square meter. It shall have loading capacity of not less than 500 kg, that is equivalent to 8 persons lift in India. In India, an average person is taken as 68 kg. The fireman lift shall not be provided with power operated doors of minimum 0.8 meter width. The speed of fireman's lift shall be 1 meter per second or more, such that it can reach the top floor from main floor firefighter access level within 1 minute. In case the building is zoned, the fireman lift shall operate from the lowest served landing to the topmost served landing in 1 minute. Friends, we are discussing now refuge area. A refuge area is to be provided for fire evacuation purpose because all person cannot rush to ground floor. Person has to be provided a refuge area every sixth floor for floors about 24 meters and up to 39 meter. One refuge area on the floor immediately about 25 meter has to be provided. For floors above 39 meter, one refuge area on the floor immediately above 39 meter and so on after every 15 meter. Refuge area provided in excess of the requirement shall be counted through for FAR. Now the purpose of refuge area that the refuge area has to be open in open to atmosphere so that fresh oxygen can be breathed by the persons affected by severe fire. So this is about the refuge area. Friends, now we'll discuss about the basement parking area. NVC recommends that for basement car parking, one split area into different compartments, each of not more than 1125 square meter if sprinklers are provided. Second, provide smoke ventilation to achieve 30 air changes per hour. The third, limit travel distance to 45 meters. The intent of compartmentation is to contain fire within a certain space, delaying the spread aiding evacuation. Friends, water curtains are to be provided in certain cases. Water curtain nozzle distributors, water in the form of flat extending all the way to the ground floor for fire compartment segregation. The fire water curtain system is designed to prevent the fire from propagating into adjacent areas in case of a fire. The water curtain system consists of pipe network, water curtain nozzles and deluge valve with trims. In case of fire, the addressable detector at the basement ceiling level shall detect the heat and send the signal to the fire alarm panel. The fire alarm panel shall send signal to the actuating valve of the deluge valve in the respective area. The deluge valve shall open to spray water through water curtain nozzles. Friends, this is all.